Welcome back. Today we're going to use the bed. I'm going to show you how you can do easy mobility even if you can't get up and walk around. And part of the problem is if you lay in bed all the time, so you're always sitting like this, so all the blood flow in the hip flexors causes lots of problems because the blood's not flowing properly through your legs. So if you can, if you have to be in bed all the time, when you're laying on your back, take that cushion and put it underneath your hips. When I was in the hospital, I had like 6 pillows laid because the hospital beds are so concave that you sink into them. And when I put the pillows, length, I had like 6 of them, my whole body. It just got me up out of the bed. It got all those, where the blood's not flowing, to lifting me up and having everything circulate. So that was one of the main things that got me out of the hospital bed, because they had me like propped up, which is okay, but then when, all the meds wear off and you start to, my legs really started to hurt. That was the first thing that I was like, oh my God. So I got the yoga strap and I laid on my bed and I did just the leg circles one way or another, and then windshield wipers, and then drop it down and then come across. Even if you can't get up out of bed, those are the ones that you want to do because they help. Okay? And I'll do a video on using the yoga strap a little bit later, but today I just want to show you, so you can just kind of sit on the edge of your bed. You can take a pillow, put it behind you, and you can lean back a little bit on your elbows, okay? And you're going to feel that in your lower back. So round the pelvis forward, and then here, so you're stretching out the hip flexors, okay? So you can take another pillow, put it on top, and lay back on it. So that's supporting your arms, your neck, your chest. You're getting a good stretch through your arms. And then you can straighten the legs. And that's just going to get the hip flexors, get the blood flowing through those areas. Okay, you can squeeze your glutes. Deep breaths in and out. And then relax. Okay, now if you want to work on your abs, you can just, from this position, seven and 8, and I can already feel that whole area underneath is burning. Okay, and so if you're just starting, which I'm just starting over again, like I did 8, and like, wow, that's crazy. Okay, so try those. Don't do too many when you first start, because if you do too many, you're going to be really, really sore and you're not going to want to keep going. And you're going to need 3 days to recover. So then you're starting over again. So just do 8. Take a little break. And then we're going to lay back down. And then instead of lifting the top part up, just lift your knees up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, and that works the lower abdominals. Again, don't do too many. Deep breath in, exhale, and then when you're ready, slowly come up. Now I want to stress how important it is to drink water. your body is like 90% water. So if you're not drinking enough water, you're probably dehydrated, which can cause a lot of problems for your body. So make sure you're drinking lots of water. And try not to drink the stuff in the plastic bottles. It's really bad for you. Alright, the next stretch we're going to do is just sit on the bed. You're going to extend your leg forward. And you're just going to lean forward. Now this is going to take the compression out of your lower back. Deep breath in. And wherever you are, just hold it. Now if you want to work your abs while you're doing this, pull your abs in. And then just let gravity slowly pull you forward. Deep breath in. And exhale. You can lower the head. Here we are stretching the hamstrings and your entire spine. Your lower back, your upper back, your neck. And you can move your head right and left. Okay. Now when you move your head right and left, pay attention to where you feel it. You can feel it through the inner thigh, through the calves. It's just a subtle movement, but that's just letting you know everything is connected. You feel how tight everything is. Alright? Okay, so now you can pull your toes up. Now that you're down this far, pull your toes up or back. Again, just do it very slowly. You can, massage the bottom of the foot. Because everything gets really tight, it shrinks. All your tendons and stuff shrink when you're just sitting in bed. You're not moving. Your muscles are shrinking. So you're losing your muscle mass. That's why it's important to keep moving. If you can, get up. Get out of that bed. Even if you're just going from, the bed to the chair or the bed to the living room, just to walk around a little bit. Obviously, the more you do it, just the better you're going to be, because you want to keep your legs strong. Okay? Now we're going to do the other leg. You can flip around and do the other side if you want, but you can also just bring that leg up and do the same thing. And here we're stretching both legs. So then, once you get down, you can drop the head. You can feel the back stretching out, your spine. Okay. And massage the tops of your feet. Okay, that's a problem area for me, is my feet, because I stand all day long. So, my feet get really sore. So, I spend a lot of time just massaging the legs, getting the blood flowing through the calves. Massage behind the knees. That feels really good too. Okay. Alright. Now we do a forward fold with both feet. Grab your toes and pull them forward as you come down. If you can't get down, you can take a pillow, put it on your lap, and just kind of hang over it. That's going to stretch your back. You're going to modify to what works for you, because we're all at a different flex rate. And then breathe. That's the key. That deep inhale and the exhale. Like you're fogging up a mirror. Okay, here we're stretching the entire back. So this is what it looks like using the cushion, and then without the cushion, you get down a little bit further. You can drop the head. And then roll your shoulders down and back, down and back. then from here, you're going to turn, and we're going to work to strengthen the legs a little bit. So maybe you have troubles getting up, okay? The problem is when you sit in bed all the time, your leg muscles are getting weaker. So you have to keep moving them. You have to keep doing stuff so that your body uses those muscles. Okay, so something you can do very simple. You can do it even laying down. But I like to sit up a little bit, get you out of the bed, work the shoulders. It's just squeezing your leg muscles. So squeeze your glutes, squeeze your legs, and relax. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay? The leg muscles are really big, the biggest muscle in your body, basically. So you can work them. Don't be afraid to not use them. If you're not using them, they're just getting weaker. So squeeze. Let's do another set of 12. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and do one more for 25. Okay, and then the next thing you can do is just raise and lower your legs. So that's working the thighs and the upper muscles. And that's the hardest muscle to train for pretty much everybody because it's the least used muscle. Okay. So up and down with the legs. Now, while you're doing this, you might notice you're getting a little bit of cardio. And it's because you're moving, you're getting more oxygen flowing. And so you can't do cardio without, running a treadmill. Or, in all honesty, I did the elliptical bike, I did the stationary bike. I get more benefit. I actually gain weight with the elliptical bike. And because what they say, what happens is that your body, it tricks your body because you're working out so much, your body thinks that it needs to store fat instead of burn it. Okay, so do these until you start to feel the muscles starting to warm up. Okay, and then just no set number. And then just open and close your knees. Move to the edge of the bed. And then just open and close your knees. So here you're working the inner and outer thighs. Now if you wanted, you could take a pillow, put it between your legs, so when you come together, just squeeze it. Squeeze. That way you're working your inner thighs. Now you can do this laying on the bed too. With the pillow, you can keep your legs flat. You can bend your knees, bring your knees up. And I will show you those on a different day. Today we're just doing it on the side of the bed. Okay, because you got to keep those moving, those legs. Keep the mind-body connection. Move, squeeze, squeeze. You can do your abdominals. You can do your glutes. You can do this when you're laying down on your bed. Like that's what I did when I was coming out from my brain aneurysm. It's like my muscles really started to hurt, and I was like, God, my feet hurt, my legs hurt. What's going on? But when I started moving them and using them and doing that mind-body connection, drinking the water, getting myself hydrated, that's when I started to feel better. Okay, so do as many as you like with those. And then the last one I have for you is to just work to stand up and sit back down. Okay, because that's going to keep your thighs working, that big thigh muscle. So you can use the bed, hang on to it. If you need to put a chair in front of you to hang on to, do that. You want to start to work to get the legs moving again. And remember, how you think is going to affect your body. So if you're always saying, oh, I can't do it, I hurt, I'm sore, that's what your body's going to do. But if you start doing like, oh, that feels better, start to feel stronger, then you're going to start to feel better because your body is going to react to how your thoughts are. Okay, so you can do that way. And then after you've done, say, a dozen or so, you can slowly turn around. Use the bed and do the same thing. So you're going to just come up and down. And here's the thighs. Wow, you can feel. You don't need very many. Here. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, don't do too many of these because you're really working those thigh muscles. So we'll do 8. And then you can turn to the side and lift your toes up. I don't know if you can see from there, but you're just lifting the heel. So heel up, rolling onto the foot. And that's just stretching out the bottoms of your feet. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Switching to the other side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then try to work to let go of the bed. Alright, do the same thing. Put your hands on your hips. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so we did the back. Now we're going to do the front. So step it forward a little bit and just lift the toes. Here you're going to feel that stretch go up the back of the leg. Bottoms of the feet. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Step forward. And you can do these on the bed too. If you can't get up on a bed, you can just lay on the bed and point and flex your toes. Squeeze your leg muscles. But the idea is to get out of the bed. Get out of the bed. I can't stress it enough. Start walking around. Do your leg. I'll show you tomorrow how to do the leg yoga strap. And then, okay, so then you can come back to the center. Maybe just start to do these little tiny squats. If both of them doing too much is too much, or makes it too sore, just do one. Okay, start where you're able to, and gently guide your body, remembering how to move. Okay, now if you've had a stroke, an aneurysm is a form of stroke, but you're saying, okay, my arm is paralyzed, I can't move it. So you're thinking that, so that's how your body's reacting, okay? So what you can do is sit in front of the mirror and move your opposite hand the way you want that hand to move. So squeeze your fingers, okay? You might have to pick up your hand, turn it over, and actually move your fingers, okay? Because what you need to do is reconnect all the nerves that got damaged. And it's going to take practice, it's going to take patience. But sit in front of the mirror, look at the mirror, because you're looking at it, but it's reflecting back. So you're doing one side, so it can help connect the brain by just looking in the mirror. I know it sounds crazy, but try it. Okay, try it. Say it to yourself. Okay, I can do it. Squeeze. squeeze, and you can feel the sensations when you're looking in the mirror because it's reflecting back at you. Okay, so, and then take your hand, squeeze, and then you can say, okay, I can feel it, I can feel it. Okay, same thing, lift the arm. Okay, lift your arm. You have to keep using it. When I had my lymph nodes removed, I stopped using the arm because I asked the doctor, I said, should I be using it? Should I sleep on it? She says, oh yeah. She's like, you can sleep on it. She's like, but don't overstress it. And then, so I wasn't using it. Pretty soon my whole arm was going numb. I was like, what? I can't feel my arm anymore. And so I went to see her, and the nurse gave me a pamphlet. She said, well, here's what you can do after surgery. So it's post-surgery, and it said, don't lay on the arm and start moving it. Use the arm, which the doctor told me the completely opposite. So once I read that, and I was like, okay, well, I should be using it, I guess. I don't know why she told me not to. But anyways, I started very gently. I couldn't even move the arm. It was so numb. But I just very gently started taking my arm like this with the other arm. And then doing the shoulder circles. And eventually, I have all range of motion. But I took a towel. I don't have anything here to show you, but I took a towel and I just went up and down. And then I walked my fingers up the wall and back down. And it felt weird doing it. I'm like, what? It was weird. But that was the one that got the brain going, was that finger up and down. It got the arm moving, it got the muscles moving. And then I started with just slowly lifting up and down. And then I started using it. So I started using for when I was drying off in the shower, my hair. I started reaching up to put stuff in the cupboard. At first I couldn't even get up. I was just like, okay, well, I can't do it. So I switched to the other side. But every day I would try to do it. Within 2 days I got that mobility back because I was starting to use it. Okay. So keep that in mind. I hope you will try. Let me know in your comments if, you know, comment. Let me know what's going on with you. Maybe I can share knowledge on how I got myself going or show you different techniques. There's lots of things too, like eye yoga is huge to reconnect the body. We would just sit and you look right and left and up and down and up and down and circle your eyes. You know, you can do it anywhere. You can do it laying down just before you go to sleep. It gets everything going because we spend so much time just looking straight forward that doing the circles, it just keeps your eyes healthy and reconnects things that may not be working properly. So give those a try. There's lots of books on eye yoga if you want to look up and practice on yourself. That's the number one. Eye yoga is what helps people recover from stroke. And you know, I was doing those when I came out. I started looking around the room and just, you know, I was like trying to get out of the bed and can't move. So I know it's frustrating, but do what you can, and you know, bring those positive thoughts. Feel yourself starting to feel better. Feel yourself starting to move, and you will, you know, your body will react to your thoughts. Drink lots of water, stay hydrated, and you know, in my case, as soon as I got out of the hospital, I stopped taking the medication, and that made a huge difference for me because every time I would take the medication in the hospital, it would give me terrible headaches, and you know, then they gave me the prescription. It was like $300 per. I'm like, I can't afford that. I got a mortgage to pay. I can't spend $300 a month on medication. So I'm not on any medication from anything from the brain aneurysm or the breast cancer. So it may not be for everybody, but that's what worked for me. So I hope you guys try. Let me know in your comments. Stay strong. Keep moving. I'll see you guys tomorrow.